Hey guys, this is Force Reacts, and this is gonna be hard to explain. You may be wondering why this is a review rather than a reaction, and that is because I was an idiot and messed up something in the editing process of the actual reaction video, and now the whole thing is gone. I kid you not, I don't know how that happened. I was just editing it, and then I don't know. I don't know if I clicked something wrong or I don't know. The point is, the reaction is gone, and now I can only give you my overall thoughts on the episode. And yeah, I mean, I know you guys are here for my reaction videos. I mean, that is literally in my name, Force Reacts, and yeah, but when it comes to stuff like this, this does not happen often. Like this very rarely happens. If anything, it was only prevalent like way earlier on in when I started doing reactions to stuff like this, like with Naruto episode 19. That is what I consider to be my greatest failure, because I actually cried during that reaction, and I lost it, and the video is just gone, and there's no getting it back, and all I could do was just go out with a half-hearted review video. So yeah, that's why we're here now, and hopefully I can at least provide to you guys my overall thoughts on this episode, and like how I feel, like, you know, because because as, you know, someone who read the manga and is now experiencing the story once again in animated format. So yeah, this was episode 20 of Eden Zero, season 1. It's called Stones, where we basically learn what happened to Shiki and Hamura when they got poofed out of existence by Madame Kurenai, except they weren't actually poofed out of existence, they were just sent to the Poverty District, which is essentially just another name for a labor camp. Yes, a labor camp. And yeah, not the labor camps we know of in our own history, but it's still part of a totalitarian regime where Madame Kurenai will literally kill you if you touch her. That's something that happens in the episode. I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. If you, like, he literally, like, touched her on the cheek, like, as a sign, like, of an affection, and she incinerates him. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, and, she also reveals that she's planning on betraying Drac and Joe, who she was previously in league with, to, you know, get the Eden Zero. They're after like, something called an ether drive. We'll see what that is later on, but yeah, she wants 100% of the profit, so she's just gonna betray Drac and Joe on a whim, as if that's going to go well for her, knowing what we know about Drac and Joe. But yeah, and so it's revealed that, like, Shiki and Hamura have to pay off, like, a debt of, like, 100,000 medals, which they'll get by, like, killing these crystal insect creatures in a bunch of other different ways. But, you know, that's not going to go well for Shiki, because he's afraid of bugs. But then this one guy who's, like, a direct underling of Kurenai basically kidnaps Hamura, and so Shiki's, you know, off to go rescue her, and that's how that's starting. And then, meanwhile, back with Rebecca, Happy, and Pino, they meet up with Lobelia again, who is still a total bitch. And yeah, she basically says, "I know a way to the labor camp, and can get you and you back to your friends." And, you know, humiliation is at the top of her mind when it comes to Rebecca. So, and Rebecca knows this, she just has no other choice. She needs to find Shiki and Hamura, and goes through with it, and happens upon another B-Cuber, Nino, I believe his name is. Anime will save the universe. I completely forgot that Nino was a character. Like, I completely forgot about him. I don't know why. He has the best catchphrase, "Anime will save the universe." It's so obvious. He speaks the language of gods. But yeah, basically at the end of the day, she humiliates Rebecca, you know, basically takes her to the Kids' Choice Awards, and yeah, and yeah, it basically says, I don't know the way to labor camp. See ya. I got my views, and it just takes off. But Nino has been watching, and he I don't want to say takes pity on Rebecca, but he's at least impressed that Rebecca was able to stay cool throughout all of it, and says, okay, I know the way. Like, hands her a note. He doesn't tell her this. He doesn't say anything out loud. He hands her a note that says, I know the way to the labor camp. Come with me. And because Kurenai is always watching, always listening. So, yeah. And that's pretty much what goes on throughout the entire episode. Oh, yeah, and, yeah, they can't contact the Eden Zero because there's a huge jamming signal around the entire planet. So, no communication in, no communication out. So the Eden Zero can't contact them, they can't contact the Eden Zero. I probably over-explained that, but you get what I mean. So, yeah, that's basically what happened throughout the entire episode. Yeah, like I said, I cannot believe I forgot about Nino. Like, there's just so many characters that are introduced, to this whole thing, and yeah, it's great. Just in case, like, you guys haven't heard me say this, Eden Zero is just one piece in space, and that's not a complaint, it's a compliment. It's one piece in space. We're talking about labor camps, and we'll see just how bad these labor camps are next episode. Considering we haven't gotten to this one point about the camps it's either going to be the next episode or the episode after, where it's going to be revealed just why people are still stuck here, basically. And yeah, and because you'd think like gaining this much metal wouldn't even be like that difficult for Shiki and Hamura. Like, even with Shiki's bug phobia, like they said, there are many different ways to get metal, and and the bugs are like the least efficient way. So, but we'll see why nobody else has really gotten out of here. So, other than this being the poverty district. So, yeah, and yeah, like I said, like, Eden Zero is still proving to be like, it's like, man, while I don't personally rank it higher than Fairy Tail, I mean, I'm wearing the Fairy Tail shirt, I mean, come on. But yeah, yeah, like, Eden Zero, I have to say, is just objectively better, and we're talking about a show that takes timelines and treats them like they're a stretchy rubber band. Like, like, time is constantly messed with in Eden Zero, and I think season 2 will start to show just how crazy it can get. And season 1 already introduced us to Xiao Mei, who can see every possible timeline in existence. So, yeah, I'm going off track about, episode 20, but still, episode 20 is literally just the beginning, and we still got 5 more episodes to go before season 1 wraps up, and season 2 comes out later next year. Later this year, I believe. So, if I'm wrong about that, I apologize for the spreading of misinformation. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, fun fact, like, the recording that got accidentally deleted somehow, it was actually my second one, because, yeah, the first time I attempted recording this, I got like 5 minutes into the video, but then my camera just stopped recording for whatever reason, so I had to start all over again. So this is doubly infuriating for me that I have to do this. So I apologize. I will try to make sure this does not happen in the future. So yeah, yeah, that's really all I can say. And yeah, I'm not even 10 minutes in. Jeez. All right. But yeah, something, like I said, I apologize. I'm gonna try to be better with the recording, with the editing in the future. You may notice that my last reaction, like, was definitely skimmed down to 14 minutes, and just cutting out a whole lot of things. Like, maybe it was something there, like maybe I just accidentally deleted the entire thing, and yeah, and I should just be more careful, and I need to be careful, backing up my stuff. So yeah, anyway, I've got nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.